Hello, disc golfers. This is Matt Dollar, and I am the special guest commentator for Fox Hills Disc Golf Productions. This is the 2018 Tallahasse Open, or the Open at Tallahasse, rather, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. So we got a pretty strong lead card here today. On Saturday, we had 2 rounds of 24 at a different course, and Cam Colglazier came out with the lead, averaging right about 1040 for the event. And he will be first to tee here on a tight uphill hole number 1 at Mclean Park. And Cam just shreds that gap perfectly. Beautiful hyzer flip up the left side. I believe that was Cam's H1V2, he said. Matty O is going to throw that same exact line. He starts with a little more anhyzer. He's going to finish right, but he'll give himself a look at birdie. This is a really tough hole. These guys made it look pretty easy there. Charlie's going to early release just a little bit. Kicks left, but he's not going to go out of bounds, so he will have a chance to get up and down and save his 3. And I'll be last to tee here. I'm a few strokes behind these other guys, so I'm just going to try to get some birdies and see what happens. I went with the Insanity, made by Axiom Disc. It's right about a speed 10 disc. Understable fairway driver for me. A little longer than fairway driver, I guess. Charlie throws a really nice upshot there, but catches a late tree. He'll still have a look at saving his par. I'm going to go with my soft Envy on a little forehand around the corner. Went a little bit deep, but I was pretty happy with that upshot. Matty O's got a long look. Oh man, so close. Good looking putt by Matty O. Cam's going to be a little bit closer, not quite able to convert the birdie. I believe both Cam and Matt both putt with PA3s.
Good putt. Good up and down.
Charlie makes a good putt there to save par after that bad kick on the early drive. I'm going to be putting with the soft Envy there, and I'm going to make that comebacker. Just a little bit of extra work to clean up. So we still got Cam in the lead at 22 under, and he will take us to a crazy hole number 2. This hole has like 3 different lines that can get you down near the green, but then there's a bunch of trees before you enter the green. So it's a really tough hole. Very rarely will you see anybody get a 2 on it. It's a pretty sharp turn to the left. If you can see that T sign there, that's not really accurate as far as how far left this thing really goes. Like, Matty O went down a pretty wide route. Even if he got through everything, he wouldn't get back to the basket. It was more of a safe play. Charlie looked like he sawed it off, but in reality, he's trying to go down that early gap that could get you down and get a birdie. That's the same route I'm going to try to go with the Insanity. So I went right in between the 2 fairways. If it would have been a little earlier or a little later, it would have kind of poked through down to the landing zone. I'm going to be forced to throw a thumber, trying to go through this little gap over here, and I hit the little crossbar. Got a pretty good skip forward. I threw the fireball there. It's my thumber disc of choice these days. Cam's going to go with a roller here. Not sure how good it turned out, but I think he'll have a putt that maybe save his 3. This is a tough par 3. I bet it averages right about a 4. I would actually like to see all the scores from the Pro Division on that. Matty O throws a very nice upshot there. Looks like he threw a PA3 again. And Charlie's just going to chip up. I've got a pretty risky downhill look here, but I really want to save this 3, so I'm going to go for it with the Envy. Hold it just a little bit. Got a little slide down that hill. Might have a little work on the comebacker. Cam throws a good putt to save that 3. That was a very nice scramble for Cam. And I'm barely going to squeak that Envy over the rim. Love my Envy. It has lots of glide. Gets me right over that rim when I think I'm going to hit the cage. And Charlie will nail that one dead center. Playing on some Mach 3s at this course, so the baskets aren't the best. Charlie's got a little hyzer in his putt, so he has to be careful. So you're going to watch Charlie trying to drop them right in the front, low center. Alright, we got another really hard par 3. I mean, this one is really tough to get on the green. You can get a long look at it pretty easy if you throw a good tee shot, but it's tough to get a birdie. Maddie's shot looked really good there. I'm not really sure what happened at the end. We'll see when we get down there. Charlie catches the tree in the middle of the fairway. There's kind of a false route if you go in front of that, and a little cleaner route if you go past it. I was kind of right in between the two gaps down here at the end when I caught that tree, so it should give me a good chance to scramble for the 3 though. Charlie got a little extra heat on that one, took a big skip. He wasn't happy with that shot, you could tell. But he's a really good putter, so I bet he makes the comebacker. Everybody's just going to try to scramble to the green, it looks like here. Actually looks like Cam will have about a 60-foot look at birdie. It's a pretty good safe bid he took there. Charlie's going to have a little bit of chicken left. Everybody else is going to tap in for 3. Oh, nice putt from Charlie. He's loving it. Skips to the basket. Little leaning basket. Nice catch there, Mach 3. Before we move on to the next hole, I'd like to give a shout out to the TD Mario and his other TD Eric. Those guys in the city of Tallahasse Parks and Rec Department really did a great job making all these courses look amazing and running a really smooth event. So everyone else is just going to tap out for 3 here on hole number 3, and no scores will change. We'll move on to hole 4 with Cam still holding the lead. Just 1 stroke over Matty O. Matty O's had a really strong start to the year. Matty O, Cam, and myself all left Team Latitude 64 at the end of the season. So Cam had played for Prodigy before, but Matty is with Prodigy for the first time. But he's throwing the stuff really well already.
Yeah.
So here on hole 4, this is one of the shorter holes and one of the most gettable birdies. It's hard to get 2s on this course, but this one is definitely gettable. You have to hit a very tight line though. We're seeing some very good shots from these guys. Charlie's throwing his ghost there right down the middle. I'm actually going to go with an alias. I think I lined up a little off center on that one. A little bit of early release, and it's going to kick pretty hard left, but it kicks pretty far forward. I'm pretty fortunate to have a look at this one. I'm going to give it a long bid with the Envy. Just barely miss in front of it. Shouldn't be too much of a comebacker though. Matty O has got probably about a 45 or 50 foot look for birdie here. Gets that anti-spin putt going. Hits dead center, number plate, just a bit too high. Cam's going to knock his birdie in. And Charlie will also continue his good play with a birdie here. Me and Matty will tap in for par, and we'll go ahead and move on over to hole number 5. So this course, Jack Mclean Park, it's 24 holes, and the day before this we played Tom Brown Park, which is 24 holes. We played 2 rounds out there in one day. It was a lot of golf, so definitely feeling it today. I'm not sure how much the younger crowd's feeling it, but all these guys are seasoned veterans, so they're probably not used to this much golf in one day. Usually if you play the big events like all these guys do, you're only playing 1 round a day tee time, so that 2 rounds of 24 throw in as hard as you could on every hole was pretty tough. So this is a new pin here they have on hole number 5, and it's a little bit further than the normal pin, kind of in the gap more, but it also adds a little bit of distance. So this one comes in, it says 405, definitely plays a little longer. There was talk on the card about how everyone thought it was probably about 430 feet. I think it was Cam that when we got up there said, there's no way I didn't throw that 400 feet. I'm going to go with a Photon here in the Neutron Plastic. This is probably my main long-range driver. Very consistent. I like to throw it with a lot of ante right there and let it flex out for me. Slides up nicely for a putt, probably inside 25 feet. Maybe inside 20 feet, actually. Ooh, Matty O is going to be just off again on another long bid. It's only a certain amount of time before he starts connecting on all of those. Cam makes a good putt from just inside the circle. You can see the line drawn there. Charlie's also going to convert. This is another hole where I believe the scoring average is probably not too far under par. There's not a lot of guys that can reach this on this line. But the lead card all gets up there. Matty O just barely misses birdie. Everybody else cards one. We'll move on to hole number 6. 6 is another one that you really want to give your best shot at getting a birdie on here. One of the cool things about this course is a lot of the holes have a bunch of different lines, but yet none of the lines are easy.
Yeah.
I know that looked easy, but that's only because he's really, really good. I threw backhand down the middle on this in practice, but I also tried this thumber gap on the left. I believe the last time I played this event, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, I think I played that left side gap with a forehand. But I decided today to go with the Fireball. Fireball's in the Proton plastic. And I kind of throw it on a little bit of a sidearm angle there, but just with the thumber grip. Came in a little shorter than I was expecting. I probably should have thrown it a little more up and down to get a little extra distance, or maybe just thrown it a little harder. I really didn't throw any thumbers in the off season, so this last month I've really been having to improve my thumber game. Now that everything's feeling good again, I feel like I can hit all my lines with thumbers, but it's definitely been a little bit of a struggle because I didn't throw any in the off season. Charlie cashes a very nice birdie putt there with his closer. There's back-to-back birdies for Charlie. Actually, that's 3 birdies in a row for Charlie. That's a turkey there. Very nice. I'm gonna float that envy just a little bit, and it's gonna hit the number plate, probably from just outside the circle. Matty O taps in for a short birdie, and so does Cam. I'm gonna ruin the star frame there. If you're wondering what kind of bag that is, it's a Big Heiser bag Ergo 3. RIP Big Heiser bag. But it's also a stool, so it's like my favorite. It's also my signature series bag. It has my signature stitched in the side, so it's cool that I can rep that bag again. Have not used it in, I guess, 3 years. Cam just laces this incredibly hard hole here. Hole 7 is super tight, and it plays like it's over 400 feet. I know the sign may not say that, but it's another one that plays a lot longer than it says. Charlie makes the most common and the most pro mistake you can make here, and that's just to give it a little too much ante, because as long as it continues to travel forward, there's least resistance on that right side. If you miss left side, you're not going to get closer to the basket as it finishes. But if you miss right side, you can get a little closer. Oh, Matty hits the tree that you just want to miss. I mean, ideally you want to go up the middle of that, but the safe play, like I said, is just to flex around the right side. Matty hits it in the middle. I'm just kind of aiming to flex around that. I got a little too much ante on that one. Not going to see it here in the video, but it's probably going to be about 45 or 50 feet, slightly obstructed right side. Matty throws a very smooth upshot there. I think it was Matty's PA4 he threw up to the basket. I'll have to hyzer putt this one. Oh man, yeah, I guess that one was outside 50 feet. Almost cashed. You hit the number plate again. Back-to-back holes, number plate for birdie. And Cam makes a great birdie there. Not a lot of twos on this hole, I promise you that. Charlie saying what's up in the background. I tap in for my par. Mattio's going to clean this one up for sure, and we're going to move on to the last hole of this video, hole number 8. And hole number 8 is a pretty gnarly hole. We're going to see it once we get over here. Cam's pushed to a 4-stroke lead here with that birdie. Matty and Charlie are tied for second, and I am hanging out in the back there at 4th place. This is a big par 4 up the middle. Cam's going to go straight up the middle. This is another one of those holes that has a whole bunch of different fairways to choose from. The only thing is there's a Mando pretty far down there, probably 420 feet on the right side. That's a beautiful looking shot from Charlie. Catches a late tree. He'll still be in good position to go for the birdie though. But anyway, that Mando is basically stopping you from playing a hyzer out over the road on the second shot. This also is featuring a new pin location that is further right than previously seen on this hole. So they wanted to stop people from throwing a hyzer over the road if it came to that. So all those guys threw up the middle. I really didn't know what I wanted to do in this hole. I decided to go experimental. I'm going to go with a roller here with the Insanity. Having a lot of fun with my Insanity in this tournament.
Yeah, baby. Shimmy, shimmy.
And that roller is going to get pretty far out there. You can see I'm pretty excited about it. I don't think it worked out like that in practice. So Cam's a pretty long ways from the hole. I would say he is well over 400 feet. Probably more like at least 450 probably. I don't see where his disc finished. We'll have to see when we get up there. He's probably just going to have to play for a 4 on this one. Charlie's also well over 400 feet away. He's going to put a nice anti-move on this one. That's a beautiful looking shot from Charlie. I'm not sure if that was a rival or an outlaw from Charlie. I'm thinking an outlaw. I'm not sure what the rival is, but I know he does throw that. I think the rival's more of his fairway disc.
Good shot. Wow.
Matty hits a big move there. That's going to be a good spot. He'll have a very nice chance at birdie on this hole. I can't really see the pin from where I'm at. I'm pretty close to this hill, so I got to walk up and look at it. I'm going to go Fireball Thumber, I believe. Yes, that is the Fireball in my hands. So I'm going to go Big Thumber with the Fireball, try to weave it inside there, and see if I can get myself a birdie putt. There's just basically one set of branches on the right side here that I'm trying to pan in front of, and I just didn't put quite the amount of pan I was planning. Whenever I throw the Fireball straight up and down, it pans a little more than I always think it's going to, so I've been trying to put it with a little more of a sidearm release angle. Charlie's got an outside the circle look here. He's affected by something in the background. I'm not sure if that was a car or somebody walking. It's a pretty active park. He gives it a pretty good bid from about 38 feet. He's just barely going to miss that one high. I'm putting from about 27 feet, maybe 28 feet it looks like. And I'm going to go Envy. And I hit just dead center high again. Just cannot get off the top of the basket in this round. I couldn't figure out what it was. Maybe my arms were tired from the day before, so I was trying to just give it a little extra, putting harder than normal. But for some reason I was just dead center high. I think that's 3 or 4 times this round already. But after 8 holes, we're looking at Cam Colglazier with a 3-stroke lead. He's 4 down already, birdied half the holes. Mattio's at 2 under for the round, so is Charlie. And that's going to do it for the first part of our video. This will be 3 parts to this round. We got the first part, 8 holes, the next 8 holes, and then we'll have the final 8. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for parts 2 and 3. And I'd like to give a big shout out to my sponsor, MVP Disc Sports. Thank you guys again for watching, and we'll catch you with the next video.